Let's try this again. Anyways, man, I'm back at it again, family. Wanted to holler at you guys real quick. I got Gary Atkins coming in. Guess there was having a little bit of technical difficulties. I had Terrence Simmons, but I don't know what happened to him. Oh boy, you can add a group. Hmm. Let's talk business credit. Shout out to Wayne, man. Shout out to Wayne. I just saw Wayne in here watching. Shout out to him. Soul Bowl Restaurant, man. I just saw a post. Broke my heart, man. I can't believe that, man. But man, we're just gonna wait a little bit more. We got Gary Atkins coming on here to talk about some business credit. What is business credit? I mean, he's a business credit expert, so he can answer some questions, man. If you guys have some questions, just hit the comment button. No, just comment down below, and I'll make sure that gets answered. Also, man, if you have any personal credit questions, we can definitely help you with that too. Man, Soul Bowl Restaurant, man. I mean, I hope he's not closed tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely show some love. Man, I definitely gonna show some love. But anyways, man, make sure you guys, if you got some questions, you can always email me. My phone number, my email address is Johnson JohnsonMarce at gmail.com. You also can shoot me a text or give me a call at 239-821-5349. I got Gary Atkins coming on here. He's a business credit expert. He going to talk about some business lending. You know, I know that's on a lot of people's minds, especially with the taxes coming out. You know, people are probably thinking about starting a business. You know, this is a great way to understand the whole business lending process. Also, the business starting process. So, if you have some business questions, some personal credit questions, go ahead and ask away. If we can't answer it, we'll find you the answer. You know. Anyways, man, shout out to Andrew Layton, man. Andrew Layton, Big Dream Sports, doing big things. Actually, I just hit the Big Dream Sports. I tagged them on that. So shout out to him. Anyways, man, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments. He's going to be coming on in a little bit. What up, man? What up, man? What up? What up with you, man? Man, you guys got to give Andrew Layton a happy belated birthday wish. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disclose his age. You know, he's been fooling us for a long time. I messed around and found his birth certificate. Let's just say that he should have went to school with Johnny Watlow. Shout out to Johnny Watlow, man. I saw him do a live the other day, man. Shout out to that cat. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what? I need to go down to the Soul Bowl, man, and get me that Johnny Watlow special, man. I hope Wayne and them are still open for at least a couple more days, man. I wish they are open for a couple more days, man. It's very sad to hear that, man. I definitely love going there and getting some wings. You know what I'm saying? Food so good make you want to slap your mama, man. But anyways, man, best wishes to Wayne and his family. I know they're gonna bounce back from this, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen last of the Soul Bowl yet, man. I know he's gonna come back, man, for real. But shout out to Big Dream Sports, man. I seen that they did a flag football tournament this past was it Sunday, man. I didn't get to come through, man, but it looked like a good turnout, man. They got the league going, man. Make sure you guys support and check him out. Man, they got big things coming, man. They got a soccer tournament, you know what I'm saying, for you soccer fans and stuff like that, a 3-on-3 tournament. I don't know what the date's on in that, but that's gonna be on and popping, you know what I'm saying? You know, Hefe, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Travis Taylor, man. Shout out to him, man. I just saw him come in the room. Salute, cat. Man, hey, big shout out to the Lehigh Junior Pee-wees, man, for doing the damn thing this year in football. I'm sorry, in curse, but shout out to them, man. Those boys, proud of those boys, man, represented Lee County. Just like all those teams, man, represented Lee County, you know, to the fullest, man. And, you know, they made it all the way to Disney, man, which is an amazing feat, man. Shout out to the national champions, Palmetto Ridge Bears cheerleading squad. Shout out to Josh Luster, man. They won the national. I mean, they didn't win the nationals. He had to correct me on that last time. They won the world title, which is, you know, saying that's right there where you can, you know, you really did it big, man. Man, I'm excited, man. Football season is over, but you know, one of my favorite times of the year right now is the draft, man. The draft is man, I love the draft. That's one of my dreams, man, to be a draft analyst, but it didn't work out for me. But you know what I'm saying, I still got time. But we're gonna go on here, man, and talk about some business credit. Again, if you don't want to ask any questions, you can always email me. My email address is johnsonmarce@gmail.com. That's johnsonmarce@gmail.com. My phone number is 239-821-5349. Just in a few minutes, we're going to have Gary Adkins, man. A lot of people, man, think, you know, owning a business or starting a business, you know, is a very difficult process. You know, a lot of people have, you know, some skills that they can definitely monetize if they knew how to monetize it. And starting a business is a great way. In this day and age, man, having multiple streams of income is very important, especially if you have a specialized skills that you can monetize even on a part-time basis. It doesn't mean that you have to quit your job. You know, there's a lot of different skills that you can still get paid on. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand, like in Florida, this is a state, there's other states like that. You know, you don't have to actually go through all this LLC corporation process. You know, if you have, you know, to be a sole proprietor, you can actually use your social security number and your first and last name. Long as your first and last name is within the title of your business, you actually don't have to do a fictitious name registration. Now, if your first and last name is not within the title, or like if you use your middle initial or initial in your last name or just your last name, then you have to do a fictitious name filing, which in the state of Florida only costs about $50. It costs about $50 pretty much any state, and to get an EIN number, it doesn't cost that much. It doesn't even cost nothing actually to get an EIN number. If you wanted to take it all the way and open up an LLC, that only costs about $130 and is a very easy process. Now, depending on what industry that you're in, you may have to, if you're within city limits, you have to, you know, go ahead and pay the city tax, but that's probably like $100. And there's local and state tax, depending on it. It really depends on what type of business. But if you have like a specialized skill that you do like on the weekend or something, sometimes you can use your first and last name and be a sole proprietor. All the income that you have coming in, it would be that would be going on your personal income, and you would just file that along at the same tax rate as, you know, if you had a, you know, W-2 income. And a lot of people miss out on that because there's a lot of, you know, things that you do on the side, and you know, there are business expenses that you don't think about. You know, when you have a specialized skill, you know, just like for instance, if you're cutting hair, there's barber registrations and things like that that you have to do, proper licensing. But if you're cutting hair at your own house, things like that, you're a sole proprietor. Now stop. I mean, there's certain insurances that you need to get, and some certifications. If you know but barber, I guess that wasn't a good example, but there's a lot of different examples. But Gary will get into it. We can talk more about it. But make sure if you do have a specialized skill, or some type of thing that you have a lot of knowledge on, even consulting and things like that, make sure that you properly monetize that. And a lot of times there's great incentive of doing that. So make sure that you get those ducks in a row. I'm just sending in a quick text message real quick. It'll just be a few more minutes. We're gonna have Gary on the live feed, and we're going to talk about business credit and those type of things. I know a lot of people got some businesses that they want to start, and having the capital for the business is sometimes can be a daunting task. And Gary can give you some solutions on how to be able to get some of that funding. And a lot of people think it's very overwhelming. They went through the process, like they went to a bank and got told no. You got to understand there's a lot of alternative financing. So there's great incentive. The government and things like that get great incentive for starting your own business. So definitely listen in, because we're gonna give you some good knowledge. We're going to give you some consultant level knowledge on some business activity. We also can talk about especially for the minorities out there. If you're a woman, you're Hispanic, Black, or classified as a minority, there's a lot of different advantages that you do have, especially when it comes to government contracting. There's a whole process that I actually just went through, and there's some definite advantages that you can take, because of that can propel your business. So we're going to be talking about just in a few more minutes. Gary's sending me some information over. We're going to be talking about some business lending. What are some ways that you can get funding to start your dream operation. It's I know a lot of people have some passions out there. Yeah. Oh shoot, we got Marseille. I'm sending an email, Marseille. Oh yeah, Marseille. Yeah, Marseille. Yeah, johnsonmarseille@gmail.com. That's my email address, man. If you too shy to ask the question on there, just send me an email. Now I can't type. Looks like we got Donis in here, man. Shout out to Donis, man. I don't know if Donis is back in Florida. Last time I think I saw Donis, and it's been a minute, but I don't know if you're still in Philadelphia, man. But shout out to you, man. I saw Dwayne. Shout out to the Gators, man. They made it pretty far. I know Dwayne was a coach for the Naples Gators. They took care of business this year, U14. Also I want to give a big shout out to Jaden Noel, CJ Noel's son. just got his first offer at for Florida Atlantic. You know, also big shout out to all the kids that made the All-State team. You know, the Naples team. Shout out to Ches Malusi. Shout out to Alon Samala, Dorian Hinton. Man, there's a whole bunch of them. Mark Viacek. Also, DeAndre St. Jean. Man, they had a whole squad on there, and also a couple of people from North Fort Myers. You know, they had Mason, that Mason kid. He was pretty good. And Derek Hunter, you know, Kayshawn Fuller. You know, shout out to those guys, you know, for you know, signing. And I know they're going to do big things, really big things. You know what I'm saying? But looks like I'm going to invite Gary. Let's see if we can get him on here. I'm going to send Gary an invite. Got Gary Atkins Jr. Coming in. Let's see if he answers. Oh man, Facebook has not been really good to me, man. It has not been really good to me at all. I sent Gary an invite. Let's see if he can get in here. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Allow your viewer to request to join. Yep. Oh man. I don't know what's going on here. Let me give him a call real quick. Hello? Yeah, I sent you an invite. Did you get the invite? All right, cool. Just talked to Gary. He's watching now. Let's see if I can add him onto it.
Hello? Yeah.
What up, Gary, man? What's going on, man?
Not too much. Not too much. What's going on, Justin?
Not much, man. Man, I just want to. I'm glad to have you on here, man. You know, we want to talk about some business lending, man. I know me and you've been chopping it up for a while, man. And
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of knowledge, and I think, you know, especially this season, you know, a lot of people are thinking about their finances, you know, especially with the tax, you know, season, you know, just passing. So Wow. I know I'm getting some messages in there. I had invited somebody on there, man, but tell Gary, man, tell us what you do, man. What you do, man.
Basically, I'm a financial consultant. I basically sit down with entrepreneurs and basically figure out what's the best way for them to accomplish their goals. But I normally stress that credit is basically the foundation for most of the stuff you're trying to do, especially here in America, because
Mm-hmm.
you can't really predict what the economy is going to do. You can't really predict what's going to go on. So you don't really want to have all your capital tied up. So
Right.
you have to learn how to not only get your credit to a point to where you don't have to use it. You just got to get it to a point to where it allows you to do other stuff that you want to do, like maybe open up a business, get some business credit, maybe get an apartment, get a house. There's just so much that you can do just with having good credit that's pretty much where I kind of drive people attention to when I first sit down with them.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question because a lot of people uh, don't understand what business lending is. In a just a in layman's term, what is business lending?
From the point of view from a customer, like somebody sitting down, or from the point of view
A
from the
business
lender,
owner.
from the business owner. There's so many different um, there's so many different things that you can get loans, that you can get lines of credit, you can get credit cards, revolving lines. There's so many different lines that you can get. Um, but the benefits is something that you wanted me to speak on, and I
Right.
know we was talking about that. The benefits are, if let's just say you went in today to Bank of America as an individual, and you
Right.
go in there and you try to get a credit card, the max you can get as a consumer is 25,000. But as a business, you're starting at 20,000 all the way up to 200,000, and that's right out the gate. You understand?
Yeah.
And it's the same person, same individual, same credit score. The only difference is you went in there with the entity that you created, your LLC, your S corp, your C corp, whatever structure you may have, and it gives you all type of protection. There's all type of discounts throughout the year just for being a business owner, just for using your business card. There's too much in America for you not to be a business owner. There's too
I,
much going on.
I constructed the question right. I was going to say why is business lending is important, but you just answered the question for me. And the
Uh,
next question that I have, man, is like one of the things that people are scared is, they say they have bad personal credit. Uh, a person with bad personal credit, but they have a great idea and they want to start a business and go into business for themselves. How can you help them?
if they have bad personal credit, I mean, you can fix their credit. There's ways of doing that. But if they wanted to go right into structure the question better, because I mean I can start them all the way from the ground up as far as repairing their credit, then building their credit, and then helping them use their credit to then go into whatever business venture we started off our discussion with.
Mm-hmm.
Or that there's ways that you can totally bypass that, and you don't have to ever use your social security number. You don't ever have to, give out a personal guarantee. You can totally set your business up to where it can start to generate. And it doesn't take a whole lot. What you got to do is you got to focus on what's called vendor credits. There's people that will give you credit right out the gate with nothing. Just you start a business up tomorrow, they'll give you a $500 line or $1,000 line to use in their store. You use that and you pay it off, and you use it in places like, with stuff you're going to do. Like me and you happen to do a lot of printing. So one of the first things I did is went to a print company, where I can buy a lot of ink and buy a lot of paper, stuff like that. And that'll get reported on your business credit report. And you always want to make sure that everything you're doing is going to get reported, because a lot of times people don't go down the avenue where they're not thinking, with the end in mind, which is I'm trying to build my business up so that it can go and do what it needs to do on its own. I don't want to use my credit. I don't want to use my name. And if you don't think about that at the beginning and start picking vendors that are going to report to the credit bureaus, um, you'll get 3 or 4 or 5 years down the line and really find out that um, you haven't been building your business credit at all. It's kind of like walking in there with a blank score. And most people don't even know what a paydex score is, which is what's attached to your business. It's like your FICO score. So it's a 2-digit number that they use to basically determine how good your business credit is.
Yeah, man, you're an expert, man. I want to know, how can you help with the process?
Um, Before we got on the phone, I sent you over a PDF, man. You can send that out. Anybody that actually wants some help, like I said, I'm a consultant, so I'm really just going to sit down and listen to each individual based on what they're trying to do, and then just put together a package that can fit them. I sent you a PDF. You can
Yeah.
send that out to anybody that gets in contact with you. If they're interested in what it says and they want help, they can either reach back out to you, or they can turn around and, like I say, reach out to me.
Okay.
I'm on here. I'm definitely in Naples. So
Okay. All right, man. Last question, man. Last
yes, sir.
question. What are when you? I know there's typical myths and typical things that people get all wrong about credit, business and personal credit. What are some common myths that you hear all the time?
Man, I hear a lot. I hear a lot about credit. Once it's on there, it can never come off. Uh, that man, I hear a bunch of different things as far as what you can do. With good credit, which is not necessarily true. Um, But one of the things I think that sticks out the most to me about credit is really just people thinking you can go through life without it.
Yeah.
That when I sit down with a lot of individuals, one of the things that gets me is how you can explain to them, show them that you need it to, your rent can be based on it. They'll deny you, based on, your credit. Job applications now, they want to know your credit score. It's just so much stuff, and people still will look at you after you explain all that to them and think that they can get up and maneuver in life without it. And they can maneuver, but there's so much that is being denied them that they have no idea, is what I'm trying to point out. Like, I can't even point out the stuff that they're missing because of not having. Did that make sense?
That makes sense, man. That makes
Yeah.
sense, man. Hey,
Yeah.
but can you without naming any names, can you tell us maybe a success story of someone that had no idea and you walked and you made it through the process, and what was the end result?
Yes. I can give you a recent one. I go to Fort Lauderdale a lot, and I do like a Circle of Success group where I go over there with a group. We meet at a conference room, and I kind of go over some of the same stuff. And one of the guys there was working for AT&T, and he actually had just got laid off. He was you got to be. He's a kind of tall guy, and he got laid off because you have to be up under a certain weight. And he didn't really read the contract. He didn't read the AT&T contract, so they let him off. So long story short, he's trying to find something else to do because he doesn't really think he's going to be able to lose the weight. So I basically tell him, look, we can, same process we just talked about. I can get him. I can help him build up his credit, and once we start to build up his credit, I can then go ahead and get him financing just based on his credit. And, I said, we'll open up a business. And, I asked him what he wanted to go into, which was real estate. So I was like, we opened him up a real estate business. But what ended up happening is we built this credit to about a 730, a little bit less than a 730. We was able to then take him and start him up a business and get him about 42 grand within business lines of credits and revolving lines of credit. So it was like a mix. It wasn't all just one different, it wasn't just all one type of loan. Like, it wasn't just a pure line of credit, pure revolving credit, or just a loan. It was actually a mixture, but it was about 42,000. Never seen that type of money a day in his life. Business was fresh. I mean, fresh out the gate. But because he had it set up credible, which is what you're going to see on that PDF, you got to have your business set up credible for a thing. A lot of people set up businesses and they put, the Gmail account. and you don't realize that that's a red flag in the bankers algorithms. Whenever they pull that up, they're gonna immediately red flag that. So you're gonna get denied before you even had a chance to like have somebody sit there and actually look at your paperwork, because the computer spits you out because you had an at Gmail or Hotmail, or you have a phone number that's actually your personal phone number, or your business residence is your business residence is a personal residence. See, the computer will check all of this for you. And a lot of people don't even know that a lot of the times, to stop them from getting denied credit, you have to set your business up properly right out the gate. And then stuff will just start to roll in, and you don't even have to use the credit. You get it and build on it. You know, I'd rather sit on 60, 70, 30,000, 60 or 70 or $80,000 worth of credit and not need it, than have the day arise that I need it and I'm trying to go get it and my credit's not together and all of that. So that's pretty much what I got to say about that.
Great story, man. Great success story. One last question, man. You know, I know you're giving a lot of free game right now, but every time I talk to you, you talk about the 4 pillars of success. I don't know if it's the 4
pillars of wealth.
Can you pillars of wealth? Can you give us a brief understanding of what that is?
Man, the 4 pillars of wealth is something I've created since I've been home, doing this. And really what it is it's something that I've learned based on not only going to school and doing this, but just meeting a bunch of different people. And the 4 pillars of wealth is, if you follow this system, it's not going to happen overnight, but you have to acquire your wealth by using this system, because it's the way. There's certain elements that everybody that's actually has wealth uses. And when I say wealth, let me just back up. It's defined different. It doesn't have to be $1 million. Some people only need $6,000 a month in income to live their dream life. And when you sit down and somebody puts that number down, that becomes their wealth number to me. So my job is to figure out how to get them there, not in the next 6 months, year, but how to get them there. And the 4 pillars of wealth does that, because the first pillar is credit. That's the foundation. That's going to be used in everything that you do. And then the second pillar is we focus on how to bring in extra cash. And we're talking about like lump sums of cash. Like, some people sell plates. Some people, go out and they sell T-shirts. I fix credit. There's things that people do to bring in. Some people just get up and go to work every day. Whatever it is you do to just bring in cash, we're going to try to figure out how to bring in more. Because once you get more cash and you're getting cash heavy, the next pillar, which is pillar 3, is cash flow, which is how to increase the amount of money that you have coming in every single month, so we can get you to that, what I call it a TMI, which is your targeted monthly income, which is that number that you need to get to live the type of lifestyle you want to live. And once we get that cash flow coming in and we start to get that, and keep in mind, the cash flow builds off of what you were doing to make the cash. You just start to put it on a process where it pays you every month. Does that make sense?
Makes
and
sense.
Then the fourth thing is basically to set that up to where it's running on autopilot. Like, basically you got a system set up to where you don't have to be there every day. So now that's really wealth. That now you got your money coming in every single month, and that money that's coming in is running on autopilot, and you out living the life you're trying to live. Like I say, it takes about a year, because I got it broken down into about 3 months processes just for you to learn. But once you get it, you just keep repeating it. And then once you get to the 4th, you can go back to credit, build your credit up, get some more, and then go right back into making money, making cash flow, and turn that on autopilot. And whatever it is, I don't care if it's buying a business, whatever job you're doing, figure it out, and then go buy a business just like it. Get online tonight, Google it, and look for it, and you can use that business finance and everything to purchase that business, and then you go in there and set that on autopilot. You don't want to be in there every day like, working. You want to be in there to be a boss. I mean, you don't want to come in there and make sure everything is running the way it was before you bought it, because that's why you bought it, because it was a profitable business. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hey, man, it's some free. Hey, I hope you're not charging us a consulting fee right now.
Not at all, man.
Some free game. Yeah. Anyways, man. Man, thanks so much for coming on here, man. plug your contact information real quick and your website, man, and
All right,
tell
I
them what's
definitely
the
do that.
best way to find you.
All right, man, I definitely do that. I'll leave it in the comments.
Okay.
All right,
Hey,
Justin, man, it was good talking to you.
all right, man. It was good talking to you too, man.
All right.
Shout out to Gary, man. But that was Gary. Hey, I got the PDF, man. You guys send me your email addresses, and I'll send you the PDF, and it has some great information on here. Actually, let me see if I can get another person on here, Terrence Simmons. I'm gonna go ahead and send him an invite. But anyways, that was some great game. He didn't charge us a consulting fee for that. So if you have a business, you have an idea, you can always, holler at Gary. His name is Gary Atkins. His phone number is 703-333-0738. And also, you can also reach him at uh, G Atkins, and that's GADKINS at KGG Global LLC.com. I know that was a mouthful, but he's gonna put it in the comments. So make sure you guys check him out, especially if you have any questions. You can also email me at 239 821. I mean johnsonmarseille@gmail.com and 239-821-5349. It looks like we got Terrence Simmons in here, man. Let me see if I can invite him to join this chat. I'm gonna see if I can add him. We just got through talking about business credit. Let's talk a little bit about some personal credit, and I I see Terrence always posting, and let's see if we can get him on for a second. Talk about his business. I sent him an invite. Let's see if he is going. He may be busy. He was supposed to go on a little bit earlier. I sent him an invite, but let's see what's going on. Terrence might not be able to get on right now. I don't. But anyways, again, drop your email in the comments, and I can forward this email to you. And you can also re-watch this video. Gary gave some great information on, business lending and how to start a business and get some funding on there. And your dreams, sometimes are just an email, a call, or a text away. Especially if you have a great idea. It just takes nothing but asking some questions. He just told you a success story. There was a person that got laid off their job, and he was able to get that person some lending. So that was a great feat. I don't know what happened to. Yeah, I just sent you an invite, Terrence. Let me see if I can send you an invite again. Yeah, I just try to add you on. There should be an invitation to get on the live. I think all you have to do is just hit. I don't know if you're watching on your computer or anything like that, but I just try to add you to the live.
What's good, brother?
What's up, man? Yeah, you had to been born in Fort Myers, dog. It took you that long. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you were late, and second of all, you didn't know how to get on there, man. That's some Fort Myers stuff right there, man. Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Simmons, man?
Chilling, man. We actually at the office right now. We in here schooling some of our new consultants about credit repair right now.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. I'm in the credit repair business too, man. But I wanted to, chop it up, man. There's not enough of us out here, man, and changing people's lives. And I know you've been doing it for a while, so I wanted to get you on the live feed. Talk about your business. Talk about how you can help people change their life with their credit and stuff like that. You know.
I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, if they're credit bad, I mean, we can do something about it to help them out.
Yeah,
I mean, if they want to purchase a home, I mean, the next 6 months, earliest next year, or a new car instead of just getting a lemon off the block. You know, they want to cruise around in something new. I mean, or they just want to get their credit fixed just cause. I mean, we can help them out.
yeah,
I mean, people are not being educated about that at all in school, in college, at all.
yeah,
So, I mean, if people don't really know about it, what it'll do to them, they just out there floating in the water.
yeah,
I can't say what I want to say, but I mean, they floating in the water.
yeah. Yeah, I just talked to Gary, man. What are some common things that you hear all the time when you get a client in front of you that a common myth or a common thing that people get all wrong about their credit?
Well, a lot of people like to scream out Credit Karma, for one.
Okay.
That's what they like to tell me, and they well, Credit Karma tell me this, Credit Karma tell me that. Credit Karma is not 100% accurate, for one. All right, um, but we have our ways to make sure we get an accurate score with our program. But like I like to tell people, they tell me like, I thought after 7 to 10 years it's gonna fall off my credit score. No, it don't.
Yeah.
I don't no more. Well, go try to get something big. Try to purchase something big and see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But just like I put Gary on the spot, man, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. You don't got to give any names, man. Can you tell us a success story? One that sticks out in your mind. Somebody's life that you changed.
Um, Actually, he's one of my new business partners. His name James. I'll put his name on his name James. Um, he actually he's a business owner, and he was riding around a beat up truck for the past like 10 years, like a beat up truck, and he could never get a new vehicle. He couldn't even, like he would say, he couldn't even get a BJ car. His credit was so bad, and um, I was talking to him about it at one of the football games, and I was telling him, like, look, man, I was talking about the business part of it. He was like, well, if you can help me out with my credit, and I see that it works, I'll jump on board. So he said, my credit is like a 323. I was like,
Is that
wow.
even possible?
So it was a 323, and now he's up at the 780s, almost 800, and this happened over 6 months. And he just purchased himself a brand new candy operated Lexus,
Wow.
2016.
Get that money, black man.
This is the type of things that we like to help people do.
Right.
So that's a success story. And of course, he's right around telling everybody now.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you guys have a great business opportunity, man. Before I let you go, man, can you talk about the business opportunity that you have through your system and through your network?
I mean, anybody who has bad credit. I mean, even if you have good credit, if you have, let's say you have an 800 or better credit score, right? You pretty much know how to, maintain your credit score, and you've done something right to keep have a good credit score. So, I mean, we have like yourself, we have credit consultants that actually come out, partner up with us, and they actually show people how to make that happen along with our program. And I mean, like if you have bad credit, we can show you how you can make money while getting your credit fixed at the same time. So it's a win-win situation with us.
Yeah. Hey, I see that you post. I watch some of your posts, and I see that you always post like the 500. Was it 5 x 5 or something like that? Can you talk about a little bit about that real quick?
Project 5K.
5K.
Project 5,000. Just the power of five. Just the power of five. It can get you making over $5,000 a month. And
That easy.
I mean, a lot of people run from that just because they don't understand, and everything's a scam. You know how that stuff goes. But I mean, they'll say the gym is a scam because they join the gym, they're going there and work out for a week. They don't lose the weight or get no muscle. It's a scam. They'll stop. So it is what it is. But I mean, the people that are real with themselves, and take their life serious, and want to make stuff happen. I mean, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your kids if you got kids, man. So that's just why I keep going with it. So
Yeah, man. Man, plug, man, and plug. Where can they find you, man? How can a person get a hold of you?
they can find me on the sideline coaching football, or they can go to my page, Terrence Simmons. You know, good looking guy with a mohawk on the profile pic.
Yeah.
Maybe hit you up and ask you how to find me. I'm not hard to find.
Yeah.
You know.
Great, man. Great, man. So you're in the office right now with the team, building the team, man. That's beautiful, man. Man, thank you so much for coming on here, man, and chopping it up with me, man. We got to do it again.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely got to get together, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Much success, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too, bro.
All right, man. That was Terrence. Yeah. That was Terrence Simmons. He does credit consulting too. So, man, you guys definitely hit him up on Facebook. You can find him also on the field. Anyways, you guys, we had Gary Atkins, and that's GRRY ATKINS Atkins. You can find him on Facebook too, and he can help you with your business credit and your personal credit. You can contact me. My name is Johnson Marseille, and you can find me on Facebook. Go to Instagram. You can find me at TripleBlack239. Also, my email address is Johnson Marseille. That's JOHNSON MARCE@gmail.com. And last, you can just send me a message right there, and make sure to like and share this video, man. My phone number is 239-821-5349. Shoot me a text, email, Facebook message, whatever, man. Holla at your boy, man. You guys have a blessed night, man. Thank you so much for listening to our live feed, man. We're going to do it again. All right. Thank you so much.